Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be showing you how to make this $5 costume, and yeah, let's get started. The things you're going to need for this DIY is black felt, white tulle, some ribbon. I'm going to be using this thick one for the straps, and then this thin one I'm going to use it for her hair bow. An elastic like this one, I got it for 99 cents at Hobby Lobby. Some scissors and a hot glue gun. Some additional items to make a hair bow is going to be some rhinestones like these or any of your choice, ribbon of your choice, and some needle and thread. So to start off, I'm using my daughter's dress as a guide to see how long I want the tulle for the dress. I checked on this dress first and then I went to check on her. She was napping, so it was a plus. She wasn't moving around, and that is how I got my desired length. Once you have your desired length, you want to fold over the tulle so that the length is doubled, because once it's in the elastic, you are going to double it and it's going to end up the original length that you wanted it. Once you have your desired length, you're just gonna cut long pieces of tulle. It all depends on what length you wanted, and it all depends on how full you want the tulle to be. I did want it to be fuller, but I thought about it and she's only 7 months old, so I didn't want it to be too much on her. If it were an older child, maybe a toddler, then I'd probably do double tulle, so I'd do one row and then I'd do a second row under. But as for my baby, I'm only gonna do one row of tulle. I used one roll of tulle and it got me around 33 pieces, and this is what it looks like. I'm going to be using this Aldo little baby shoebox as a holder for my elastic. I find it way easier. You can always use anything that holds this elastic, but I found it way easier to just thread through the tulle. I feel like using this elastic made it really easy to make this dress. So I found it easy to fold it in half, and I used my finger kind of as a tool to push through the tulle. As you can see, I pushed it from the third row onto the second row. It makes this little loop, and then I loop through the tulle and just pull it tight, and that is it. You just keep repeating this throughout the entire band. I'm showing you how I'm following one row, and that's what I was talking about earlier. I'm only going to be doing one row, but if you want a fuller dress, then go ahead and make a second row under the first one. I was done with the tulle, I pulled this long string through the inside, and this is what I'm going to be using to be holding it on to my daughter. So I pulled this string through the middle and just made sure it was centered. I am then going to put it on my daughter and measure out the straps and just tie it through the back. Working with this elastic is the easiest thing ever because the holes are already there and you just have to pull the string through and tie. But obviously it's somewhat of a task with a 7-month-old trying to crawl away while I try to tie it on her. Last step for the dress is the ghost's face, and honestly guys, I'm not even gonna lie to you, I traced it out, I cut it out, and I didn't like it, so I waited for my husband to get home, and he's the one that ended up making the best face ever because I could not figure out this ghost. But yeah, the last step is to just hot glue gun the face on and the dress is done. And now for the headband. So this bow is going to be 2.5 inches wide, and you're going to need 4 strands that are 7 inches long and 4 strands that are 6 inches long. So I'm going to start off by putting the 7-inch long pieces together, and then I'm going to fold it in half. And where that half mark is, I'm going to push a needle through And I'm going to leave the strings in the middle of the needle. I'm not going to pull the needle through all the way because I'm going to be using the needle as a guide to make the bow. So I'm going to spread out the ribbons evenly, and honestly this is the easiest bow I've ever made. Well, it's the first bow I've ever made, so it's a really easy one to start off with. So all you have to do is bring the ribbon to the center and just put it through the needle and just hold it there, and do the same thing repeatedly to the rest of the ribbons. And once they are all in the needle, then you pull the needle through and thread a couple of times so that they stay in place, and that's basically it. I'm going to be doing the same exact thing to the 6-inch pieces, and I'm going to have 2 pieces and then I'm going to sew them together. Another option is to just hot glue gun them together. I didn't think about this until after I had sewn, so I just decided to do both just to show you guys that you could either hot glue gun or sew it together. I then added glue to the center so that I can add the little gems. I did regret this after, just because these gems already have adhesive in the back. I should have just done that. I put way too much glue, so the glue kind of got everywhere, but it doesn't matter, it'll dry off and I could just change out the gems later. But I suggest that you don't use as much glue as I did. But yeah, this is how I got this super cute bow. I think it's really cute for my first time doing it. And then I just grabbed one of Sophie's old headbands and I ripped out the bow, and I'm going to be gluing this new bow onto that headband. And that was it for this super inexpensive DIY. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in my next one.